SportsCenter breaking news out of the NBA this morning. Our senior NBA insider Shams Charania joining us. Shams, what do you have?
Multiple sources tell me this morning that Oklahoma City Thunder star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been voted as the NBA's most valuable player. This means he's won back-to-back MVP awards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander becomes the 14th player in league history to win consecutive MVP awards. SGA led OKC to 64 wins, the most in the NBA, the number 1 seed as well in the Western Conference, despite the third most missed games due to injury for any team in the NBA. And the accomplishments for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are long. The first guard to average 30 points and 55% shooting in a season in NBA history. Joined Michael Jordan as the only player to average 30 points, 5 assists, 50% shooting in 4 consecutive seasons. He did not score below 20 points in any game, Randy, all season. And now Shai Gilgeous-Alexander takes home the MVP award ahead of facing the San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference Finals, a matchup of 2 heavyweight titans in the NBA this year. And he's going to face one of the runner-ups for this award in Victor Wembanyama.
You go back 35 years in NBA history. You go back to Jordan winning back-to-back in 91, 92. And this list is incredible. Steve Nash, Tim Duncan, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic, and now SGA, who finds out along with the rest of us here on SportsCenter. Shams Charania.
Being up 3-2 is an advantage for them.
Detroit trying to stay alive.
First 4 wins, though.
Oh, Cunningham lacing a triple. Cunningham, good.
It starts and ends with Cade Cunningham.
Oh, they just grabbed this game by the throat. 16-2 run. It is getting treacherous.
We're not going to go down without kicking, punching, grabbing, clawing.
The Pistons are checking every box.
You're going to have to choke the life out of this team.
We go to a Game 7.
Pay no mind to what gas prices might look like because the Pistons are going to be matching that pedal in Game 7. It is do or die as Tyler Fulgham joins the program. Great to see you, my friend. What is your best bet in that Game 7?
Well, let's try and make the cost of gas a little more easy on the wallet by earning you some money here. I think it's going to be a close game. It's hard to figure these two teams out, how poorly they can play one day and how well they can play the other. I'm going to take the Cavs plus the points on the road. Now, for much of the postseason, until games 5 and 6, it was easy to bet these two teams. Whoever is at home, bet on them. However, these two teams flipped the script in game 5 and 6, each earning a road win to make this a seventh game in the series. So I think the true spread here should be closer to 2.5 or 3.5 in favor of Detroit because I think the Cavs are the more talented team. But in a game that I think is close to a coin flip, if the Cavs can win on the road, I'll take the 4.5. It's just a hard game to handicap.
Okay, Detroit at home in a Game 7. They are the Eastern Conference 1 seed. Meanwhile, Game 1 of the Western Conference Final sees the 1 seed out there in the Oklahoma City Thunder welcoming in Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. What is a play you like there?
I might be walking right into a trap here, Gary Kreisky, because we know that Wemby and the Spurs beat this Thunder team 4 of the 5 times they played this season. And it wasn't like it was due to injury in some of those games. There was a few where it was best on best. 6.5 in Game 1 on the road. I just think the Spurs are ready for the big time. The Thunder, I think, win this game. But I just need the Spurs to keep it close. And as far as this being a series, the Spurs, can they win one of these games on the road in OKC? I think absolutely. They have proven it this regular season. So why not take them plus the points here in Game 1? Again, I could be walking into a trap that OKC is laying there because we know they have laid the hammer on some teams at home this season.
Brother, if you're walking into that trap, I'm walking in right there with you because they just took care of business against the Timberwolves, beat them by 30 en route to the Western Conference Final. PGA Championship, we're going to get
conclusion of Thunder versus Spurs. We know the 2-time MVP. We know the unanimous DPOY. Who else should we monitor as this series gets underway?
Well, I would argue that the most important news we've had in the last week in the NBA has been Jalen Williams announcing on his YouTube page that he's coming back for the start of this series, which is interesting because last year he announced on his YouTube page that he had gotten over 30 pain-killing injections in his hand to deal with issues he had with that thumb during the playoffs. So this is a news-making situation. Look, he has now played in almost a month with that hamstring injury. He's only played in 2 playoff games. He was awesome in those 2 playoff games, in case you forgot. He shot 62% before he re-injured that hamstring. And so for him to come back against a Spurs team that really wants to use its perimeter defense to apply pressure to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, giving the Thunder that other weapon to go to could potentially be game-changing. And they kept their lips a little bit tight about Jalen's status. He went ahead and showed his cards, but they obviously were able to save him through this last round. And his ability to come back and be the player he was at the end of the regular season could be a difference maker in this series.
No question about that. He has been pivotal as far as their success early on in this here championship run. We'll see if he can be another contributor in this go-round. Brian Windhorst, we appreciate it, sir.
It's rivalry in the league. Yeah, there's a good chance.
He's not coming anymore. He is here.
That's ridiculous! It's a Thunder avalanche!
They're not just first in the league. They're way ahead of everybody.
San Antonio, Oklahoma City is not going to be good. It's going to be great.
Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals is tomorrow night. It's OKC in San Antonio. Right now, it's Quentin Richardson and Tim Bontemps back with us on SportsCenter. Tim, it's Victor Wembanyama who said that it's, quote, special to be in this position, 4 wins away from a trip to the NBA Finals. How much pressure is on Wemby in this series?
I mean, there's always pressure when you're in a situation where if you win a series, you're the favorite to win an NBA title. So that's certainly the case for Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. That being said, if there's ever been a team that isn't in a pressure situation in this spot, it is this San Antonio Spurs team because of the remarkable youth that this team has. Victor Wembanyama still only in his 3rd NBA season. Stephon Castle in his 2nd season. Dylan Harper in his 1st season, a rookie, playing great in the playoffs. And talking to people ahead of this highly anticipated series from across the league, the thing that has come up over and over again is the rapid ascension of those 3 guys in particular, and especially those 2 guards. Everybody talks about Victor Wembanyama, and obviously he's one of the most unique players the sport has ever seen. But the rapid development of both Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper into impact players on the perimeter, that is the thing that could turn this Spurs into a potential dynasty going forward. And if they can win this series and they win the title this year with this group in this age range, good luck to anybody trying to beat them anytime soon.
And we talk about that as the Thunder are a young team in their own right as well. QR, Wemby averaged 18 points per game against the Thunder this season. What should the Thunder's game plan be to try and contain Wembanyama if they can in this series?
Man, guys, they got to throw the kitchen sink at him, obviously. I mean, you got to try and put him defensively in every action possible, put him in pick and rolls, make him switch. I mean, not that he can't do these things, but just try and use up as much energy as he can and of his that you can and wear him down. Attack him. They got 2 bigs to throw at him, so they got bodies for fouls, and they got to be physical with him, and they got to try and wear him down because he's been unstoppable all season, and if they let him get comfortable, it won't be good for anybody.
Tim, let's talk about the Thunder. They went 1-4 against San Antonio during the regular season. San Antonio, the only team to win a season series against the champs. How would you characterize the season-long battle between these 2 teams?
Well, I was at the game in the NBA Cup, the 5th of those games that doesn't count in terms of the standings in Las Vegas. And it was impressive to see how big across the board the Spurs were. That gave the Thunder a lot of problems. As you said, San Antonio went 4-1 against Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City only lost 18 regular season games all season, so that was almost 20% of them. And the key thing in those matchups, in the 4 losses the Thunder had, they shot 32% from 3. They are a up-and-down team from the perimeter shooting-wise. So are the Spurs. That is going to be the thing to watch, I think, in this series. Who can control the three-point line? Whoever does has a very good chance of winning.
Q, the offense goes through SGA. How are the Spurs going to contain him in this series?
The good thing about the Spurs is like Tim said, that athleticism and height and length at the wings they have several different bodies they can throw at SGA to try and frustrate him and make things tough. But I expect them to take a page out of the Lakers book and JJ Redick at some point. If he gets to going, you've seen them be able to kind of make him slow down a little bit, throwing the double teams and hitting him with 2 defenders. So I think we could see a little bit of that action to try and keep the SGA from getting into that supernova MVP type mode, because when they deployed the double team, it did slow him down and his aggression went down because of the double team in the Lakers series.